Hello everyone, I'm DrHamfist. Let's do this. We're going to play as the Silent on this episode. Last time we played as the Ironclad, and I learned that it's relatively difficult to play this game while talking. You guys learned that I can't add to 3. Hopefully we'll have a better showing this time, not make a total buffoon of myself. Here's the Silent. So 70 HP rather than the 80 that the Ironclad had. And then Ring of the Snake as the ability. So at the start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards. I would say this is probably a little bit worse than what the Ironclad has, but I think the Silent has some better starting cards. So let's go ahead and see those. And then also, if you at least beat the first boss, the whale will give you a reward for having done that. So let's take a look here. So remove a card from our deck. It's pretty good. Max HP plus 7. That's not bad. Obtain a curse and 250 gold. That could be really good if we get to an early shop. Lose your starting relic and obtain a random boss relic. I'm actually very tempted to take this one. I'm not a huge fan of the starting relic. The Ring of the Snake gives you 2 additional cards for the first turn, and then after that does nothing. So I think I'd rather try to get a relic that helps me throughout the entire fight. Let's try that and see what we get. So we just got the Philosopher's Stone. So gain energy at the start of each turn. All enemies start with 2 strength. Ah, that could be really bad. Well, we'll see how that goes. Alright, so here's our map. I think we are going to try to target a late shop again. Pretty big fan of that strategy. Probably this one. We can hit this bonfire, or we can go ahead and hit this elite. I think we'll try to hit one of these 2 elites. And this bonfire. Okay, so let's just go right here and get some more unknown events. Yeah, so here's the Silent. And here's 2 mobs that both have plus strength. Ugh, that actually might just kill me. The Silent has defend, exactly the same, and then strike, exactly the same. Then has some different other cards. So here, this one's Survivor, gain 8 block and discard a card. Probably going to be using that this turn. They're swinging 19 at us. We can block 18. Yeah, so let's go ahead and only take 1 this turn. And then you pick which card you discard, by the way, with that, which is nice. We'll try to get this guy done pretty quick. Oh, yeah, I guess we misplayed that turn, actually. We probably should just double strike to kill him. And I think we could have taken no damage. Also looks like I flubbed the math. We didn't even take one. Here's the other non-standard card that starts in the Silence list. The Silent has 12 cards in their deck because they usually draw 7 and then 5. So here's Neutralize. Deal 3 damage and apply 1 weak, and it's free. So we'll hit the one that we won't kill with that. Kill this one. Then we can defend twice and strike. You know, I'm thinking this Philosopher's Stone might be really good. I think the extra energy every turn probably does make up for the 2 strength. So I don't think I'm as worried about that anymore. And hopefully we're going to get much further in the second level on this one. We basically got a few steps into level 2 and died on the last run. Pretty embarrassing death, if I do say so myself. All I had to do was know how much energy I had and spend it correctly. It would have been fine. So maybe I'll pay better attention to that. With us starting with a non-standard number, I definitely could be messing that up again. But first fight down, no damage, much better than the last run. And here we're going to see, add a card to your deck. These are the Silent card options. These are totally different than the Ironclad options. So, Deadly Poison applies 4 poison, costs 1. Dash, it costs 2. You gain 10 block and deal 10 damage. So it's basically 2 Iron Waves in 1. And then Masterful Stab can only be played if there are no other cards in your hand and deal 15 damage. That one's somewhat tempting because we at least right now can dump the rest of our hand pretty easily. I think we always can with us having 4 energy every turn. So I think we might just take this. Let's try it. Then here an unknown event. So as you walk into the room, you hear a gurgling and the grinding of metals. Before you is a slime-like creature that ate too much scrap for its own good. From the center of the creature, you see glints of strange light, perhaps something magical. It looks like you can get some treasure if you just reach inside its opening. However, the acid and sharp objects may hurt you. So relics are very good, probably worth taking some damage. 3 HP with a 25% chance of finding a relic. I would pay 12 HP if I had 100%, so let's go ahead and try that. Alright, so ouch. All you find is corroded metal and a bit of burning pain. However, you're still convinced there's a relic. So here, 4 HP. This is roughly the same odds, so I think we'll still take it. Didn't get it. This is still pretty close to the same math, so I think it's still worth. If we continue low rolling, this eventually becomes very bad, but we're more likely than not to get it this time. Okay, I think we still do it. We've got to, right? There we go. So I said 12 would be worth. We paid 25, just a bit more, but what is this? So Omamori, I guess? Negate the next 2 curses you obtain. That's actually really great. So success. After rummaging through the metal and burning acid, you finally grab hold of a relic and yank it out. You pull your way out of the ooze damaged but rewarded. So let's hit this one and hope it doesn't also deal 25 damage to us. As you make your way down a long corridor, you see a banana, a donut, and a box floating about you. No, upon closer inspection, they are tied to strings coming from holes in the ceiling. There's a quiet cackling from above you as you approach the objects. What do? Ah, so we can just take the relic and we won't be cursed. I think we're going to do that. The heal 23 is not bad. I don't think I would take the donut here. Let's see the relic. We got tough bandages. Whenever you discard a card during your turn, gain 3 block. You grab the box. Inside you find a relic. However, you really craved the donut. You're filled with sadness, but mostly regret. I love it. That's the curse that we actually dodged, but... And then here, a slaver with +2 strength. These guys hit relatively hard already. Oh, okay. So this requires us to discard. We have to get it out of our hand before we can use Masterful Stab. So I think we're actually going to defend twice to not take damage, and then we could either strike, which would deal 6, and then we'd have to discard this, or we wouldn't be able to play it. Instead, we'll just discard the strike, which is a bit unfortunate because that 1 mana is just left over, but here we've got the Masterful Stab. And then I have a crazy amount of block. Why do I have so much block? I mean, I got 3 from this. I guess maybe I just played way more block than I needed to, and I should have done that in a different order. Yeah, I guess I should have discarded one of the defense. But let's do 2 strikes, 2 defense. I think we'll be able to kill him without taking any damage either way, so it shouldn't be a problem. Hopefully. We definitely want to apply the 1 week. Same situation, basically. We cannot get him this turn, but we have enough to defend. Yeah, what I'm really worried about is when we have all enemies have +2 strength and we run into that like flock of birds that we fought last run that was dealing like 15 individual attacks to us. Because that means we'll be taking like +30 damage from them for our Philosopher's Stone. So that might be just an auto wipe if we find those guys. Let's see, Sucker Punch. Deal 7 damage and apply 1 week. Predator. For 2, deal 15 damage and then draw 2 more cards next turn. I like that because when you pay 2, you probably don't have enough energy to really utilize those cards, but then next turn you might. And then Flying Knee, deal 8, next turn gain energy. I think this card would be much better if we didn't have a free extra energy every turn. I think we'll probably take Sucker Punch. Since we already have given our opponent strength, the weak, we get a little bit of extra mileage out of it. So I think we'll take Sucker Punch here. And then here, let's plan on hitting this Bonfire and then this Elite, I think. Yeah, and I think I'll take this. Oh, this is a shop. That was just an unknown symbol, right? I thought it was. Well, let's check them out. So we can't afford any of these, which is usually what I like to look to. I don't think we have anything we want to remove with card removal service. Removing a normal card isn't bad, but I think we'll probably try to buy some cards. So gain 4 block for free. Not really that great. With us having the extra energy, I'm not so concerned about having 0 cost effects. The Sail card is a power. At the start of your turn, apply 2 poison to all enemies. It's very good in long fights if you have a defensive deck. Deck's not terribly defensive yet, but it's not far from being able to survive really long. Escape plan costs 0. Draw 1 card. If the card is a skill, gain 3 block. I'm a big fan of that. That just allows you to cycle and get some free blocks sometimes and live longer. We can buy that and the Noxious Fumes. We may do that. We can't buy Unload. Dagger Throw, deal 9 damage, draw 1 card, and discard a card. We have to keep in mind that discard a card says gain 3 defend, gain 3 block because of tough bandages. So that's pretty high value, especially if we're getting rid of a card we don't like. And then Piercing Wail. All enemies lose 6 strength for 1 turn, exhaust. I think we will probably take Dagger Throw. We can't take Dagger Throw and the escape plan. I think we'll take Dagger Throw and probably nothing else. The option would be to take the Noxious Fumes here. I don't think we want to take Noxious Fumes. With us having the extra energy, I think we can just try to muscle people down rather than trying to go for a really long game plan. Especially with them having extra strength. I think we'll save the gold. Alright, so here we can rest. I believe... yeah, we can benefit from all of the HP. I think we're just going to take the health. With the Ironclad in this position, I'd probably Smith, but with the Silent not having an ability to heal themselves, I think we'll take this since none of it's wasted. Yeah, so we'll go to 66. Now we're sitting pretty. And since we're sitting pretty, I think we'll take on this Elite. Actually, I think what we'll do is we'll fight this enemy, and then if we do very well, we'll fight this Elite. That way, you know, say this Elite's crazy tough, we don't want to have to fight an enemy after it. If we know we're sitting pretty after this enemy, we have an Elite and then a chest right after it. So let's do this guy. Alright, so the Cultist. Yeah, so we probably will actually just play Dagger Throw last to avoid discarding any of these cards because these all do damage and we want to do damage this turn. If you play a card that says, oh, I guess it says draw 1 card, then discard a card. Ooh, yeah, I guess I should have done that in the other order, but we'll draw and discard something, and it was... oh, it was our Masterful Stab. Yeah, we definitely messed that turn up. Alright, we're going to shoot for like 98% Buffoon. We're going to try to have like 2% of actual like integrity and skill, but clearly not holding that up too well. Should be able to get it next turn, though. I may actually just get carried by this Philosopher's Stone, be able to make terrible decisions and still come out on top. Extra energy is very strong. So Fire Potion, deal 20 damage. So that's single target. We saw that Explosive Potion before. This is basically the single target Shock Potion. And then here we can choose Footwork, Outmaneuver, or All-Out Attack. So 2 Dexterity. We're casting a lot of things that give us blocks, so that would not be bad at all. Outmaneuver. Next turn, gain 2 energy. I don't think we care about that one. All-out attack. Deal 10 damage to all enemies. Draw 1 less card next turn. I don't think we like that because of the extra energy. We like to have more cards. I think we'll take footwork here. We're rarely going to have to choose between armoring up and attacking with us having the extra energy, so I think that dexterity will go a long way. Okay. So let's apply weak to one enemy, which we have to hit him twice to do that. And then we do want to discard a card to gain some extra armor. So we will discard one of these strikes. And then we can just strike this guy. Yeah, we're still going to take 6. The option was to take an extra 3 in order to get that strike, but discarding the strike gave us 3 defense, and I think we would rather have the 3 health. And they're all swinging, which is great. We're going to footwork first. And then we're going to defend, and then we cannot strike potion, can we? Oh, no, this is the potion that does 20. So we'll defend, strike, and then let's use this potion to save us 10 damage here. That feels fine. Taking a further 6, but hopefully after this we basically stabilize. Okay. So let's dagger throw first. And none of them are attacking us, so let's discard that defend. And we should be able to knock him out. And then I think we'll be taking at most 10 damage a turn, which I think we should be able to block every turn. We have a ton of dazes, so that might not be true, but... yeah, so here, let's take him out with dagger throw and discard the dazed. Well, one of the dazed. And then we can't actually weaken him, because he will block 1 weaken. But at least we got 3 defense from that tough bandage, discarding the dazed. Yeah, so that's a fair bit of damage. You basically should expect to take some damage fighting elites, and I think we did relatively well. So, not too bent out of shape about that. Yeah, and here's one of those annoying situations. We can't play Masterful Stab because of the dazed. If we had drawn away to discard it, then we could. But not this turn. But we're taking no damage, so we're still sitting pretty. There we go. So let's see what relic we get here. Oh, nice. The Runic Dodecahedrons. That won't do anything until I get full health, which is pretty hard to do on the Silent. You don't really have health regen, so it's pretty easy to run out of the ability to do that. So Skewer, spend all of your energy, deal 7 damage X times. It's sort of like the Ironclad's Whirlwind, except for single target damage. Eviscerate, costs 4 by default, and then cost 1 less for each card discarded this turn. Deal 6 damage 3 times. I think we only have 1 discard effect in our deck, maybe 2. Yeah, I guess we have 2. We've got the one stab that does it, and then we've got that defensive ability, but that's still meaning this will routinely cost 3 or more. So I think we'll take the Masterful Stab here. And here we get the Shovel. You can now dig for loot at rest sites. Yeah, there's a few different relics that will give you another option at rest sites. I think we are probably going to shoot for this rest site here. And I think this one we might do another option, and then we'll probably rest at this one before the boss. I don't think we want to fight another elite. I guess we could path to 2 more rest sites here. There's actually the option of rest site, elite rest site. That might be worth it, honestly. We don't have that much gold. And if we fight this elite and it goes poorly, we can kind of path away from any further elites. We can in fact hit this one for 2 rest sites if we need to. And we can still hit this shop. Let's try this elite. Alright, so this is a Gremlin Knob. it's going to put this buff up on himself the first turn. You basically just want to wail on him on the first turn. So we'll do a decent job of that. And then when he buffs himself, now he gets +2 strength whenever you use a skill, which basically means your defense. That means the math on using defend is pretty rough. You pretty quickly start actually increasing the damage he will do to you unless you end the fight pretty quickly. So I may just double strike here. You can kind of think of defend as saving you 3 damage. It'll give him 2 strength, and then you'll block 5, but you kind of net gain 3, and then next turn he makes up 2 of those 3. So the math basically is if you think you can kill him in the next 2 turns, then defend kind of becomes worth it. I don't necessarily think we can, so I think we'll just soak this hit. Okay, so here he's made us vulnerable. I believe this is only on skills, not on powers. Okay, good. So we do want to activate this. I believe it will actually affect what dagger throw it will give us as far as armor. So I think we'll discard the defend here. We want to keep neutralized to weaken him. I think it's between strike and defend. And he's at 29. Can we kill him? I don't think we can kill him. We can get him very low though. I think this will be fine. We're going to get some armor from discarding. We're going to get him weakened. That'll reduce the damage. And then we almost have him. So we should be able to kill him next turn. We did take a ton of damage, so I don't think we'll be fighting that other elite, but did get him at least. So prayer wheel, non-boss chests now also contain cards. That's a good way to make a very large deck, getting extra cards. Large decks aren't always better, but they can be. Fire potion, so another instant 20 damage. That could help if we wanted to fight that elite. I'm not sure that we do though. Deal 4 damage for each skill in your hand. I think we'll take the dagger throw for more tough bandages synergy. Let's see, glass knife. Deal 8 damage twice. Glass knife's damage is lowered by 2 this combat. I think we'll take the dagger throw. Yeah, so only one option here. Oh, and these guys. So these are fungi beasts. They are dead rats upside down, being moved around by these mushrooms. I think they're adorable. All right, so let's go ahead and put up footwork. And then let's dagger throw and plan on trying to keep defensive abilities. So we'll drop this strike. We'll get a defend up. And then sucker punch is only 1 turn of weak, so it doesn't matter which one we put it on. We'll put it on this one. So taking 4, not great. I guess I could have used the fire potion to avoid taking any, but I think we'll take this one out and round the corner, so we should be okay. So we'll weak him. And then we can masterful stab this one to death. A lot of overkill there, but our other attack only did 3 and wouldn't get him, so I think that's fine. Okay, and I think we've got him here. There we go. Alright, so we've seen Sucker Punch. Slice is new. Deal 5 damage for no energy. I don't think we want that with us having bonus energy. Dodge and roll. Gain 4 block. Next turn, gain 4 block. I think this double dips on our dexterity boost, so I think this is actually a very good card for us. We can test that. I'm pretty sure it works that way. So here, we can either do a fight and get to 2 bonfires, or either do 2 bonfires in an elite or 1 bonfire. I think we want to try to do 2 bonfires, We do have to get past this guy to get there. I think we'll survive. Okay. Yeah, so the Philosopher's Stone makes you particularly weak against multiple enemies. So this is a bit rough. Let's see. These two are both swinging 9. This guy's only at 13. Can we kill him? We might be able to. He gets 6. I don't think we can. Well, we want to use both our defense. I think we're just going to use this fire potion right now and just one-shot this guy and take 9 potion off the table, or 9 damage off the table with the potion. We can get some block from dagger throw, and then we can get 10 here, and then we can apply weak. Alright, so let's dagger throw first. We may be able to take this guy out. In fact, I think we can. So let's hit him. Masterful stab. Oh, nice. So that actually will just one-shot this guy. So let's defend. We'll put weak here. It doesn't actually do anything, but we don't want him to get the armor. That would actually save him from dying to this. And we can get him next turn. I suppose it may have been right to peek under the draw before committing our potion. We might have been able to save it. So I probably should have done that. So energy potion. Probably not that great given that we always have 4 energy with this setup, but we'll take it. All right, here we go. So deflect 4 block for nothing. Prepared. This does kind of go card negative. You draw 1 and you discard a card, and then you also lose the prepared card itself. So you do pay 2 cards to end up with 1. It can let you filter out a card that you don't want or can't play. Say you've absorbed some wounds. So it does have a synergy with Masterful Stab. With the Tough Bandages, this actually becomes basically as good as Deflect as far as giving us some block. I think we'll take the Prepared here. And then here, I can't imagine this is better than hitting a bonfire when we're this close to the boss. So let's hit that. I think we'll just rest. Dig up a random relic. Oof. That's really valuable. We definitely want to rest once before the boss. The question is, do we need to rest twice? If we only are going to rest once, I think it would be correct to get the relic first, so we have the relic to help us fight the next enemy. That would mean that we can rest and have 41 at most HP for the boss. That may be enough. The other option is we rest, see how we do on the next fight, and then we can dig up the relic on the second bonfire if we're doing very well. I think I'm going to play this somewhat risky and get the relic first. It should, hopefully, help me in the next fight, make sure I can stay exactly at 20, and then we can get to 41 for the boss, and that's going to be close, but as long as we live, this relic is going to be infinitely better on the next wave when we're starting at full health on the second tier. Let's see what we get here. Upon pickup, choose and upgrade a skill. Okay. So, Defends works the same way as the Ironclad, goes to 8. Survivor basically does the same thing, except it goes to 11. You're probably more likely to use Survivor than you are to use Defend, so in a sense it's better, but barely. Dodge and Roll goes to 6 and 6, so total of 4 bonus. I think I would do this before the others, but let's see Prepared. Yeah, so draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. That basically does give us 3 more block when we play it. So it almost has the same upgrade that we're seeing on the others. But then the extra draw and extra discard helps us filter harder, so I think we'll do Prepared here. I'm not sure if that was really worth it versus the health. As long as we beat the boss, it was, I guess is the answer, really. But we're definitely going to rest on the next bonfire. Slime. So we want to be extra careful with when we pop the slime, because both the slimes that it splits into are going to have +2 strength because of the Philosopher's Stone. So let's try to keep that in mind. I think we're going to play Footwork first and then Prepared. I think Footwork doesn't interact with Prepared. I think since this relic gives us the 3 block, it'll still just be 6. let's see what it does. So we definitely want to use Sucker Punch to apply weak. I think we're giving up a strike and then 1 defend, and then we'll just play Survivor last. Well, hold on. Possibly not. I think we're getting 6 armor here, or 6 block. We'll get 10 from this, and then we'll weaken him. I think we can actually keep the strike. So we'll get 16 and we'll weaken him. I think this is fine. Yeah, now that I'm slowing down and actually doing the math, we'll make a lot less mistakes. Yeah, see, we actually just kept that 6 damage. I'm going to try to play relatively quickly while still playing relatively well, and fail in both regards probably, but the first episode of the first run took over an hour, and I'm going to try to keep these videos a bit shorter than that at least. So let's start with Dagger Throw and just see what we get. I think we're just going to throw back the defend. And then we can get rid of our hand, which is good. And I think this will actually cause him to split. I think we're fine with that. Because half is 34. So we do have like 9 below. It's a decent amount below. We may be able to get one of these this turn. Let's start with the Dagger Throw again. So I think we want to keep one of the defends as long as we can kill him. So that's 12. Well. Yeah, I think we have to kill him. So I think we have to throw back the defend. And then just neutralize the other guy. We can kill him and neutralize him. That's got to be right. Yeah, so... Okay, yeah, so we take none. Perfect. That was actually the big concern there, was... Am I going to take any damage right before the boss this turn? Alright. I believe we have him. Alright. So definitely going to rest at the bonfire. As much as an extra relic would be nice, I don't think we can go into the boss with 20 health. So Caltrops, whenever you are attacked, deal 3 damage to the attacker. If we had something that synergized with power, like with us playing powers, that might be pretty good. I think we'll take the backflip. It's a bit of a nombo with our, I think, 2 like masterful strikes. When I say nombo, I mean it's like an anti-synergy. If we draw extra cards, we probably can't empty our hand in order to play the Masterful Strike. I don't know if we're too terribly concerned about that. Drawing 2 extra cards, we can still dump a lot of energy and then have a lot of options with the 2 extra cards. If we can't play Masterful Strike, it's only as bad as like an injury card, which if you're playing 4 energy a turn and you're getting to draw 2 while getting 5 block, I think you're still doing fine that turn. I don't think we're going to sweat it too much, so I think we will take backflip. So here, let's rest, and then we're going to hit the boss. Yeah, and we can keep digging up relics. So we should definitely prioritize bonfires on the next stage, but let's rest on this one for sure. I think it would just be insanity to take 20 health into a boss fight. Okay, so this guy is the Guardian. Yeah, in case I didn't make it clear in the last playthrough, it's not always the same bosses. This is a different level 1 boss that you can run into. So he's going to be using a defensive get block and use a buff. And he's got this mode shift passive. After taking 30 damage, changes to a defensive mode. Okay. So since he's not swinging anything at us, I think we'll start with Prepared and just dump these 2 defensive cards. Which I guess we'll just... doesn't really matter. Drop those. And then let's Dagger Throw and see if we can't find another. Okay, cool. So... since he's not swinging next turn, we may pitch Neutralize. Yeah. So Neutralize does a week, but he's not swinging. And it's only 1 week, so it'll fall off next turn. So we're actually going to get rid of this because we have enough energy to do 2 strikes. That actually switches him to defensive mode too. I wonder if I should have avoided doing that. So Sharp Hide. Whenever you play an attack, take 3 damage, and he's swinging 11. Okay. So definitely footwork first. So I guess we probably just want to try to save our health. So we're going to do both defends first. That gives us 14. So we can Sucker Punch him. We'll take 3. That will reduce his 11. Now it's 8. And since we have 11 ourselves, we can take... Oh, well, we're out of energy, but we could have attacked here and still not taken any damage. Okay, so now he's swinging 20. Oof. I don't think we're going to swing these strikes in. So we'd much rather not take all that extra damage. We could do it and then get the Masterful Stab off. We would take 9 extra damage, but we're already taking 7. And then he's going to do... What is this, a buff? So we're taking 7. We could take 9 more and we would get... Let's see, 27? Maybe. So we take a total of like 16. I don't think that's worth it. It's not a good enough rate. Okay, cool. So his Sharp Hide wore off. Okay, yeah, so we probably are going to start with Backflip. See if we can't get some more defensive abilities. Alright, that's excellent. We definitely want the Neutralize here. That reduces damage by like 8. Let's see. We probably discard the Strike. We have 13. He's swinging 20. Okay, no, we can discard the Defend. Oh no! I didn't think about that. I have to discard one Masterful Stab to play the other because they turn each other off. Oh no, that's rough. Especially because I could have done it this turn with the extra energy. Okay. In my mind, I was thinking as long as I hold no cards that aren't a Masterful Stab, I can play Masterful Stab. Not how it works. Okay, so we flubbed that turn too, but I think we'll play the Dodge and Roll this turn just to help our next turn out, but let's start by getting some damage in. Yes, we can drop a Defend. Dodge and Roll helps next turn, then we can strike twice. Alright, so I think he's swinging some crazy attack, yeah. But I bet if we pop him by dealing 10 damage past his 9 block, I think that'll turn this attack off. So let's see about that. I think we'll start with Dagger Throw. And get rid of this Defend, I think. Let's do Prepared next, I guess. Yeah, so we're definitely not casting 3 strikes because Sucker Punch is just better. So we can... Oh, wait, we have to do 2. I believe we're fine to discard the Defend. I think when we pop him, he'll stop attacking us. We're not immediately dead if I have this wrong. We at least survive. And we want to get the damage in. I think we discard this. My understanding is it will stop his attack. Okay, excellent. It did. That's good. Yeah, so here we go to the more passive part of this fight again. Let's start with the Backflip. Alright, so we'll have enough armor to actually get some damage in. Let's start with a Dagger Throw. Masterful Stab. So we will not be able to swing that this turn, I don't think. Well, let's see. No, we'll be 1 energy shy. It might be right to use the energy potion to get it. 15 damage? Yeah, so our potion would basically read deal 15 damage. I think we'll save it. We're holding up pretty well. We started with 41. I think we've taken 7 damage. We've gotten into like half. Alright, we want to armor first to avoid taking damage. We definitely want to do this one. Yeah, I think we get rid of the strike. We want to weaken him. We'd rather hit him with Masterful Stab than strike. And we're gonna take damage this turn. We can take 3 more to get a Masterful Stab. That's 5-to-1 damage ratio. I think that's fine. Yeah, so he's back out in offense mode. We'll draw first. Oof. Okay. Well, 7-4 is 28. We're definitely doing at least 1 more defend. I can strike. I can do a potion to get 12 damage. We already passed a potion for 15. I'm wondering if it's right to do the strike and take 2. I think it is. Alright, so here he's just doing a buff, and he doesn't even have the thorns on right now, so we're just going to go all in. Alright, so we ran into this before. I need to discard a Masterful Stab, and then since he's not swinging, the strike is better than neutralize. Okay, and then we have him 5 health away from proccing again, so we'll be able to knock him out of this attack again. I think that's the secret to this fight, is making sure you can pop him when he's about to do that huge swing. We actually can't pop him though. We can weaken him. We're 1 damage shy. Maybe I should have not done that strike. Alright, well we're going to 14. This is getting close. We can interrupt him next turn. In fact, I think the first thing we do will interrupt him next turn. So we'll dagger throw. I guess discard survivor here. I think using this backflip is fine. Let's see what we pull off prepared first. Okay. I think we'll do it this way. Yeah, this is getting a little iffy. I think we can do it. Okay. This is a good hand for this turn. Yeah, we should have this. Doesn't really matter what we're discarding here, we've got him. Alright, so that was close in the final fight again, but we did it. We got a dexterity potion. I think that's actually really great for the deck we've built here. Get a card. Yeah, I think these are like a special rarity of card. So here, unload, deal 12 damage, and discard all non-attack cards. That actually can work with that Masterful Strike, or whatever it's called. Corpse Explosion. Enemies lose all poison, deal damage equal to twice the amount lost to all enemies. That's great with poison. We don't have any poison really, so that's not a card for us. And then Bullet Time. You cannot draw any cards this turn. Reduce the cost of cards in your hand to 0 this turn. Bullet Time sounds fun. If we have something that draws cards like, I think it's... Is it that dodge roll? I think it's dodge roll draws 2, and then we could then play this because we always have 4. I don't know if we need it because we always have the bonus energy. So I think we'll take the unload, which can work with that 1 attack card we've got. Yeah, it sort of saves you if you draw injuries and that Masterful Strike and this. So it can be good. And then also just 1 energy to deal 12 is quite good. If you just play it after you've played the other cards that you wanted to, like if you play your skills and then use Unload, that's still pretty high value. So I think this is fine. And then we get to choose a relic. So our options are the Calling Bell. This sort of doomed us on our last run. I'm not sure if I like it. We do get to avoid the first curse from it, so this would say gain 2 curses and 3 random relics. The Sozu, gain an energy at the start of each turn. You can no longer use potions. If I didn't already have bonus energy, my snap pick would be this, because I don't use potions anyway, so this basically has no drawback. One of our potions we're sitting on is an energy potion anyway, so that wouldn't matter. This is still almost tempting, but let's see. Runic Dome. Gain energy at the start of each turn. You can no longer see enemy intents. Okay, so this one actually does have a passive, where this one basically doesn't. The question is Calling Bell or Sozu. We can start going in on high energy hands and just building a deck that knows it's going to have a ton of energy. And just ignore our potions. So I think we'll do this. This is a crazy option. I don't think we want to target shops to get the removal, the card removal service, because we have the shovel, and we already want to target extra bonfires to get extra free relics if we don't need to rest. So let's do Sozu here. And we'll just have 5 energy a turn forever. And then we're going to start with 6 when we're full health, so if I can stay full health, we're just going to have infinite energy. Which didn't really work out for me last run either, but hopefully we can start making this work. We'll try to hit a lot of bonfires along the way, get some extra relics, and we'll try to build a deck that can sort of windmill through itself real quickly. Lots of draw, and then lots of high expensive cards. So we'll start trying to gather those and see if we can't clear the Act 2 boss for the first time on the next video. So see you then.